Autopsy.
Hey guys, long time no talk, I know. But we are here to talk about the most requested review for me to do lately, or at least in the last like 6 months. I don't even know how long it's been out. Probably not that long. Autopsy of Jane Doe. Now even Stephen King had tweeted about this, saying he loved it and it was like what was it, comparable to Alien, like on skill, quality, whatever level. I can't speak today. I just filmed like a really long haul, and so I'm like, all my energy went to that video, so I apologize. Anyway, this movie has been super hyped up and talked about, and it didn't come to like major theaters, at least not that I'm aware of, not near me anyway, but I had never heard anything about it other than how fantastic it was, which I hate when that happens, because then it's really hard to go into it without thinking this is going to be amazing. And I prefer to go into things kind of with either with mixed reviews or with nothing, because then I can build my own opinion, because usually if I go in and tons of people have hyped it up and told me, oh my god, you're gonna love it, I'm usually let down. And it's not the hipster in me who's like, well, everyone loves it, that means I hate it. Because I will give credit where credit is deserved. But that's kind of what happened with this film, and I really don't want to disappoint you guys in saying that, but I didn't see this movie as anything really that special. So basically it follows a father and son, and they're both coroners and they're doing autopsies and whatnot, and the son wants to leave with his girlfriend and go hang out, and then they get like a body of a Jane Doe, and they don't know her identity, and he decides to stay back to help his dad with the autopsy. And then weird things start happening. They notice, like, it's really hard for them to identify cause of death. There's weird things going on with this body. I don't want to say too much without giving it away, but basically kind of like a supernatural film, because weird things are just happening around this body. Now, just from what I've said just a second ago about how I was kind of disappointed, I'm not going to say this was like super disappointing or anything. I actually really liked this movie. I just kind of wish it wasn't super hyped up to me beforehand, because I did really like it, and the ending really redeemed itself for me, and I'll get into that when I do spoilers. But just a disclaimer, it has been maybe 3 weeks since I've seen it, so if I'm a little bit rusty here on some details, I apologize. Anyway, so I really liked the acting, the storyline. The scares were okay. That's kind of where it came in for me, that it was a little bit disappointing, because I feel like they relied a little bit too much on jump scares, although there was follow through with most of them, kind of. The plot was really dark. They weren't afraid to be, you know, I don't know what to say without giving it away. It was just dark. It was cool. This was a cool movie. It wasn't necessarily like scary to me, but it was really interesting and awesome to watch. And then it turns out to be a movie that you're completely not expecting it to be, which is really fascinating. So that's kind of all I can say without ruining this movie or like giving away spoilers or anything like that. So I am going to delve into that now, but I would recommend this movie. If you're a horror movie lover, you would like it. And I just realized I have eyeliner on my hand. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about spoilers now, so if you have not seen it, I don't recommend watching any further. What I was gonna say before that I couldn't, they weren't afraid to kill characters, like innocent characters, because later in the movie, they're being chased by this corpse that was in their morgue, and the dad ends up killing his son's girlfriend, which that scene was very dramatic, but I'm glad, because I didn't want it to be like a romance or have anything to do with a romance. I personally don't like romance in horror films, but I thought it was cool that they were able to do that and not be afraid to kill people off. And now this becomes a movie that you are not expecting it. Like, it goes to a place that you're not anticipating at all, because the whole time I was thinking this is a demonic movie. She's a demon or possessed or something, because they keep finding weird things on her body, and the fact that her bones are broken but there's no external sign of anything wrong is just strange, which that alone is a really cool creep factor. I feel like it's a little bit more effective on others than myself, but I thought that was cool. So then it turns into a witch movie, which was so weird. Like, when that happened, I was like, what? But I thought that was so original, because I was like, we're having another demon movie? This is another demonic possession? I don't even know. I thought the demon was going to bounce to one of their bodies, the father or the son. I was like, okay. But it was completely original, which I can give so many props to for doing that, turning into a witch thing, which was so different. And she had basically been tortured, and so she was kind of pushing or like putting what happened on to her on someone else, and that ended up being the dad. The dad was like, you know, take me, don't kill my son, just let him live, give me all of it, because she needed to like put it on someone else. So she killed him basically and broke his bones and like did all the things that basically happened to her when she was tortured. So at the end of the film, sorry if you hear a lot of background noise, my roommate's doing dishes downstairs, so just try to ignore that. I don't even know if you can hear it. Anyway, but so at the end of the movie you think that the son's gonna get away because there's this moment where he's saying goodbye to his dad and, you know, sad, and then he starts to get away, but he doesn't, and he dies, and I loved it. Like, I thought it was gonna end, like, I thought I knew how it was gonna end, and it was gonna be a happy-ish ending, even though 2 people that he loved died. I thought he was still gonna live. And the fact that he didn't made it even better, in my opinion. I know that's morbid of me to say, but you guys know if you've been with me for a while, I like those kind of endings. Like the ending of The Mist, fantastic. Because that is reality. That is true horror to me, and that is what's scary. I don't like happy endings. Happy endings don't really happen in real life, and so when it doesn't happen in a horror film, I'm thankful because it's not mainstream. It's not like, okay, we just scared the shit out of you, let me comfort you now and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Anyway, just overall, this movie wasn't fantastic. I think the jump scares really did it for me. If that was a little bit more original, the scares were a little bit more original, I probably would have enjoyed this a little bit more because everything else was pretty good. Sorry if that's disappointing to you guys and that you thought I would absolutely love it. I did really like it. Like, I would own this on DVD, I'd watch it again for sure. However, it wasn't super amazing in my opinion. Let me know what you thought about Autopsy of Jane Doe down below. She's being real loud. And leave some requests down below. Of course, my review of A Cure for Wellness will be coming, as well as Get Out. Those 2 films I'm so excited to see, so be on the lookout for those. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.